Cap guns or blanks? What's your preference? Good morning everyone, it's Prepper Manic here, and you're probably wondering, why am I wearing glasses? Well, today's all about safety, people, and by safety I mean using firearms. For today though, I'm not using real firearms, so I'm sorry to disappoint all the Americans out there hoping I'm going to use a real firearm. But today's video is all about cap guns and blank guns. Now, for those who don't know, cap guns and blank guns are very different things. In the United States, I mean, a cap gun is basically a toy gun that just makes a loud bang. Well, that's basically what a cap gun is over here in England. But also in America, when it comes to blank guns, they're basically real guns that you have blank munitions. In the United Kingdom, we have what's called blank firing guns, and these guns are specifically designed to fire blank rounds. So, what are they specifically? Well, a cap gun are this little thing. This thing is used primarily for obviously using caps. For example, you put caps in here, and once you put them in, you can just load them up and you'll be ready to go on your merry way. That's one thing. Blank firing guns is a little different. They're basically just like real guns with real munitions, stuff along the lines like that. So a blank gun, or a cap gun should I say, it's just basically a firearm that just uses little caps, as I mentioned, but as you can see here, this is where you put the caps in. They go in this little blue section here, and you just load it up, and you just pull this little white trigger here. That's how you will use a cap gun. So let's put that away. But before I put that away, actually, I'll show you the ammunition that this little thing uses as well. So yeah, this little red doohickey thing, this is basically what the cap gun uses. It uses this little cylinder thing, and basically it's just used to make a little loud bang. That's all it is. It's a harmless thing. Harmless. So we're just going to stick you in here now, right now, buddy. There we go. It's always best to, you know, earplugs, safety goggles. Now I cannot say what this is going to be because I've never used this before. So you're locked in place. Let's do a little shot towards the hill. Safety. Fire in 3, 2, 1. Okay, another thing you need to understand as well, finger always off the trigger when you're not actually using the firearm. That's the thing, and you never point at people. Depending on as well where you're on a building or anywhere else, you either point the weapon up or you point it down towards the ground. That is very important in safety training. We don't want to leave this behind. The reason I don't want to leave this behind because I'm a conservationist. I believe in preserving the nature. So, with all that out of the way, let's move on to the next one. Blank fire guns. Blank fire guns are specifically used for blank fire purposes. They cannot use real ammunition. They can only be used for blanks only, especially here in the United Kingdom. So I have right here a magazine with Fiocchi munitions 9mm blanks right here. This nice little thing here, and as you can see, it's got no head. As you can see, no head, so it's just got a blank head. Means that it only fires blanks. And what I've got is a Eckel Gedis, which is a Glock 17 style, handgun. Same principle with any firearms, even with a cap gun. You got to treat them as real weapons. Have to. It's important for firearms discipline. You got to make sure that every weapon you use, finger off the trigger. Finger off the trigger, either aiming down or aiming up, depending on the weapon you're using, and depends where you are. Primarily I'm out in the middle of nowhere, so weapons should always be aiming down. Finger always off the trigger, always off the trigger. The only time you need your finger on the trigger is if you intend to fire the weapon. If you're not firing the weapon, you shouldn't even have your finger on it. So, okay, going to do another test. So reload it, in, okay. We'll do another test. Now you might want to cover your ears for this one, because it might be a little loud. 3, 2, 1, fire in. That worked better than I thought. Got my eardrums in. Okay. Got a nice little ring in my ear. Now the reason I did that, cleared the chamber so we don't accidentally let go of another shot. Why? Because it's dangerous. You do not want to keep a gun loaded. And actually this is actually quite warm. That's why you need to wear ear protections. It does do your ears in. It really does. I made a foolish mistake of not bringing my earplugs in today. But that's on me. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed this little video. I wasn't going to pop off another one. Not without earplugs. But in basically the difference between a cap gun and a blank firing gun. Blank firing gun is just like the real thing. Cap guns do not have recoil and it just lets out a little puff of smoke. That's it. That's all. That's the only difference. Thank you for watching. I'm Prepper Manic. If you enjoyed this video, then like it, subscribe. You can also follow me or donate to me on Patreon or Subscribestar. And maybe I may do some more videos about using more blank firing weapons in the future. Maybe. As long as I don't get caught. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.